Hey guys. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see, I'm trying to find the camera. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. I am going to share with you guys some news, and I'm doing this in a live stream. So, okay, let me be real. I'm sharing it in a live stream because my camera overheated, and so I wasn't able to record this special announcement, and I just decided to go live because then I could upload it to my channel. So for those of you who are new, hey, my name is LaDon. Welcome to the No Lie Naturally Me channel. For those of you who have been here before, I love you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming back to the channel. And look, I'm not good at intros. I'm not good at the small talk thing. So I'm just going to jump right into the content. All right. So the reason I wanted to create today's video is to share with you guys that I'm going to try something new. Those of you who've been following me for a while, you know, ever since I entered like my mid 40s, I have been trying to say yes to more things and explore new things. So in that tradition, I have decided that I was going to try to do, or I am going to do, I'm not going to say try. I will be doing Vlogmas this year here on YouTube. I've had this channel for 5 years and I cannot believe I've never participated in Vlogmas. So for those of you who are not familiar with what Vlogmas is, it's essentially a time of year. It begins December 1st and it ends, I believe, December 24th. And it's a time where YouTube creators commit to sharing and uploading one video per day with you guys. And I'm just really excited to do it because it's going to allow me to get to know you guys a little bit better. It'll allow me to share a little bit more, you know, about myself, do more product reviews, do more hairstyles and things like that with you guys on a much more consistent basis. So you guys know, I mean, like, I'm not on YouTube because I'm a career YouTuber. I'm really on this platform just because I like the community that we're able to share together. And I like being able to learn from you guys and share what I've learned with you. So I'm really excited about Vlogmas, and this is my first video. So today's Vlogmas, as you know, probably judged by the title, I'm going to share with you my natural hair story. I can't believe I have been here on YouTube for about 5 years and I've never shared my natural hair story with you guys. This is why I like Vlogmas, because, you know, you're able to share content that ordinarily you probably wouldn't share or you just didn't get around to. Vlogmas videos for me will be, and traditionally they're, you know, more sort of wild and loose, like they're not super edited. It's just about sharing information with you guys and inviting you kind of, I think, into our world a little bit. So yeah, my first video, I'm going to share with you my, natural hair story. And then also I'm going to announce the winner of my first giveaway of the year, right at the end of the year. So I'm going to announce the winner of my first giveaway. And this was a randomly selected commenter under the video Eric and I did. The Black Love and Travel video we did earlier this month. And the question was around, you know, what was Eric's excuse for me beating his butt at pool? So I will announce the video or the winner in this video as well. All right. So let me just get started with my natural hair story. So I have been natural. My last relaxer, I believe, was in December 2010. So I have been natural for 7 years already. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I'm going to go back even further because that's not the first time I became natural. So I initially became natural, oh my gosh, in 1999 as an adult. That was the first time I wore my hair natural. And I did it because at the time my mom was going through chemotherapy. As you guys know, hey Felicia, as you guys know, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And this was when she got her first diagnosis. So she was diagnosed twice with cancer. This was the first time. And so as a part of her treatment, of course, she had her surgery, and then she went through chemotherapy, and then she was supposed to go through radiation therapy from there. And you know, obviously, you know, preparing yourself to deal with, you know, cancer, a cancer diagnosis is not an easy thing. You know that you're going to have some changes, emotional roller coaster, that kind of thing. And so we had begun to deal with all of that, but it wasn't until I took my mom shopping for a wig that I really realized how much the physical loss would impact her. Like, my mom didn't have to have a mastectomy or anything like that. So, you know, she was just kind of dealing with the loss of her hair, her eyebrows, her eyelashes. And for my mom, her hair meant a lot to her over the years. It was something that she took a lot of pride in. She had beautiful black, long black wavy hair. You know how we got Indian in our family. Yes, child. It was long, and it was just, she had very beautiful hair. And so she was beginning to lose her hair. And it wasn't until I took her wig shopping that I realized how much of an impact it had on her, just watching and observing her. So I was going to get my hair done that weekend, and I just decided to have it all cut off. Yeah. Yes, I had it all cut off. And for those of you who follow me over on Instagram, you've already seen the pictures. You guys know that I wore my hair faded for, well, you know, I wore my hair faded, but I will tell you, I wore my hair faded for 7 or 8 years. And that was why I did it. Initially, it was in, you know, support of my mom, because for me, my hair never meant anything to me. I would grow it long and then cut it off and then grow it and dad and do it. My hair just never meant a lot to me. And so I just thought that was one of the ways that I could support her. And so that's when I first went natural. And I absolutely loved wearing my hair faded. Like, you know, if I decided to cut my hair off again, I would have no hesitation about big chopping. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And so it was so bad. I had worn my hair like that for so long that my daughter had no memory of me with long hair, with any hair. Because when I cut it, my daughter was probably, you know, 1.5, 2 years old. I don't even know that she was 2. So, yeah, she had no memory of me with long hair. So eventually I ended up growing my hair out, and kind of that was that. Over the years, once my daughter began to get a little bit older, I noticed when she got to be, I would say in about, middle school, I noticed that she just seemed to be really obsessed with like super straight hair. Like, she wanted her hair bone straight. And it really made me feel like, there was a problem that she couldn't love her hair kind of the way it was. My daughter has very thick hair. She has, you know, beautifully coily hair. And, hey, Vicky. And, you know, it just bothered me that she was leaning so heavily on having this like super straight hair. And I had begun to suggest to her, like, because I thought she would look really pretty. At that time, girls were wearing their hair like in the 2-strand twists and stuff like that. And I would try to suggest to her to maybe do that, and she was not having it. And then all of a sudden one day, at the year she, I think it was the year she, the summer she transitioned into high school, all of a sudden she said, you know, Mom, I think we should go natural. And I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah, I really want to do it. Will you do it with me? I really didn't want to do it, but I wanted to support her because I just was feeling like, in terms of her esteem and self-image, she needs to love her, you know, she needs to love herself in her natural hair without depending upon like a relaxer or anything of that nature. So I ended up doing it. We both went natural. And let me tell you, probably 2 months in, I was thinking, how can I make this girl think I'm going natural, but really relax my hair? Because it was hard. I don't know why. You know what? Okay, so when she asked me, it was the middle of 2010. I hadn't had a relaxer since the Actually, it was the New Year's Eve prior. So I guess it was 2009 was my last relaxer. And so I was just like, my hair, I know what to do. Y'all, transitioning is not for the faint of heart. Let me just say that. So I was like ready to throw the towel in. So many people I know have gone back to relaxers. Girl, Felicia, I see it all the time here on YouTube, and there's apparently this trend of people like going back. I don't know about that. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. But yeah, when I first began to legitimately transition, it was hard as heck. I didn't know what to do, like with my hair. And so I stuck it out, and I ultimately transitioned for 15 months. My daughter and I both transitioned for 15 months. So my last relaxer was like 6 months before she decided to go natural, and had her last relaxer. So that's right, girl, don't go back. So we transitioned for 15 months, and let me tell you, once I got over like that first 2-month mark, I was all good. Like, I tried every single natural hairstyle. Like, the first thing I started to do was like actually treat my hair, and I give this advice to people all the time when they're thinking about transitioning to natural. I began to treat my hair immediately as though all of it was natural. So I didn't have any breakage. My hair was not damaged. Like, the relaxed ends were not damaged. I was doing everything, y'all. I was using the oils. I was using the shea butter, and I tried all different types of styles. So I tried Bantu knot outs. I did braid and curl, twist and curl. I did flexi rod sets, and those were pretty much my staple styles. Initially, earlier on in my journey, the Bantu knot out was like my favorite style. Then once my hair got to a certain length, it became more difficult, I think, to blend the two styles with a Bantu knot out. And so then I transitioned to braid and curl, twist and curl styles. And then ultimately I settled on doing flexi rod sets, and I absolutely loved it. I loved transitioning. But then the day came when I cut my hair off. I cut the relaxed ends off. So after 15 months, I had actually more new growth than I had remaining sort of relaxed hair. And I didn't trim my hair a little bit, like, how people sometimes trim a little bit of the relaxed hair off as the months go on. I didn't do that. I didn't cut my hair at all, really. And so finally, I just reached that point where I was like ready to let go of it. And I just cut my hair and I was done with it. Now, I had a mullet. My hair, it was like all business in the front, party in the back. It was longer. It was like bad. But so I went to a stylist to have my hair cut. And she did kind of a like diva curl cut. She cut it while it was wet. So, you could see where, not soaking wet, but damp. So that I could have a really nice shape to my hair. She did a spectacular job. But because my curls were looser in the back than they were in the front, I actually ended up losing a lot of hair, even though I transitioned for 15 months. So when she evened my hair out, I went through a thing, y'all. And that's actually how I started this YouTube channel. I was like, when she cut my hair, thank goodness, I was on break from school. I was running my own organization at the time, and my clients were schools. And so the schools had gone on a 2-week break, praise God. And during that time, I didn't look at my hair. I didn't do anything with my hair. I kept a bonnet on most of the time. I was so depressed. And part of it had to do with, when you're transitioning, you figure out how to work with your hair. And then when you're 100% natural, you begin that cycle all over again. Like, you have to figure out, what am I doing? How do I work with my hair? How do I get the results I look? Oh, now it looks totally different. I've lost all of this hair. So you're seeing yourself differently. You have to get used to seeing yourself with this all natural head of hair. And honestly, I was depressed for like almost 6 weeks with regard to my hair. And so then finally I decided, okay, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, because part of the depression, or that's probably too strong of a word. I wasn't in a corner like, it wasn't that bad. But, I didn't want to deal with my hair. I really was in a bad place with regard to just my image and how I saw myself and all of that. And so part of that problem was that I would look at all these YouTube channels, and even while we were transitioning, we watched YouTube videos and stuff like that. No one had hair like me. So when I tried to work with my natural hair, none of that stuff they were doing worked. And so I just was at a loss. So I decided I'm going to start a YouTube channel, because at least then, that'll encourage me to try to style my hair, try to do different things with my hair. And then maybe I'll be able to share it with other, people. Maybe they'll find it helpful. I can also record my progress, because it's very difficult to remember like what techniques you used and what products you used to achieve this result, or that result, especially when you're trying, different hairstyles. So that's really, if you look at my early videos, that's what that was. That was just me trying different things and, wanting to share my results with other people, because I just felt more, inspired to deal with this if I could somehow help someone else. Does that make sense? So yeah, that was my journey. And then once I started doing that, I just like never looked back. And I'm so glad I did it, because like I said, even today, I don't see very many naturals here on YouTube who have fine hair like me, or who have low density fine hair like my own. I just don't see it. And every so often I go through the comments and I see you guys leave comments and you're like, hair twin, or, oh, somebody understands the struggle. Because there were, at the time, there were so many people like on YouTube saying they had fine hair or thin hair. And then I look at their hair and I'm like, your hair ain't fine. Fine where? But it was just like, I couldn't identify with it. So it is, like I said, I don't have the channel because this is, my career or anything like that. I have the channel because there wasn't anyone who had hair like me, and I just felt like I did myself a great disservice, because I had expectations that my hair was going to do something that it could never possibly do. And techniques and products that just would not work for my hair. So I feel like if I can save someone a little bit of trouble, then my work is done. I'm the Mother Teresa of fine hair. Anyway, but yeah, so that's essentially my natural hair journey, or my natural hair story. That's how I ended up going natural. Now, once I started out on this journey and I got my footing, I will say one thing about my overall journey. I have found that, when I first started to go natural, I never wanted to use anything on my hair other than DIY products. And I actually feel like if you are, and maybe this is a different video, maybe that'll be one of my topics for Vlogmas, tips for transitioners, or people who are new to styling their hair. Or searching for the right products, that kind of thing. But one of the things that I did, and I mentioned this on the No Lie Naturally Me community here on YouTube. If you go to my channel page, you'll see a tab that says community, and we've been having all kind of conversation over there. But one of the things I had suggested to one of the young ladies is that, a really great place to start, which is where I started, was just, trying to create your own products if you can. And sometimes you can just have to create a product. You can just use, shea butter, or you could throw some oils together and see how see how your hair responds to it. Doing the DIY process first really helped me to figure out what my hair liked and what it didn't like. It helped me to understand ingredients better. It helped me to understand like the benefit of certain, oils and butters over others. And I find that when you buy products sometimes, it has so much stuff in it that you can't really figure out what your hair likes and what it doesn't like. So for me, the DIY route was perfect, and I had the time to do it. Today, I probably would not have the time to do that. But if you do, and you're able to whip a couple of things up, I would say, take a Saturday or Sunday and, make your hair, make a hair balm or make a gel of your own or, something of that nature, just so that you see how your hair responds to certain ingredients. And that was the thing that really kind of made me a product snob in a way, in the sense that I'm very particular about the ingredients I put on my hair. And I learned that I have had to do that, especially with fine hair. And I'm glad I did it. So that's probably a different video, and maybe I'll do that topic in Vlogmas, and maybe I'll share some DIY recipes with you guys if that's something you think you would want to see. But yeah, that is my story. The last thing I will share with regard to my natural hair story is that one of the things I had to grow accustomed to is the fact that your hair, when you're at the beginning of your journey, is going to change probably every 6 months. Like right when I thought I had my hair down and certain styles down pat, I had to learn my hair all over again, because as it grows and as you get your moisture balance in check and as your hair becomes healthier, you have to use different techniques for it to style it the way you want it, to look. So it's like your hair is always changing. It's always changing. And that was a little bit of a challenge for me at the beginning also. And it was also slightly disturbing, because it's like, and discouraging, because once you master something, then you have to learn it all over again. But that's just a part of the journey. And actually, it helps you to really get to know your hair, to really get to know and to love your hair. Because look, strands, we in this together. That's essentially what it is. So now I find that it isn't changing as much, but when it was first growing, for sure, every 6 months, it seemed like it changed. And it was more so, not necessarily ingredients, but like just techniques. The techniques I used had to change. So, embrace that. It's something that we will have to deal with as naturals, and it's okay. It's just hair. That's a part of the journey. And it's actually pretty exciting, because you get to try and do sort of new things with your hair. So to me, it was that, look at it as an opportunity rather than a challenge. I hope that makes sense. So if you liked my natural hair story, or you found it interesting, or you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up, so I know y'all there and you all like these kinds of videos. But right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you guys the winner of my first giveaway. I feel like I should have like sound effects where it's like, clapping. Anyway, so as I mentioned in the vlog, Eric and I did Black Love and Travel, where we visited 710 bowling alley and restaurant, and then I think we went to church, and then I kicked his butt in pool. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I had asked the question, what was Eric's excuse for getting his butt whooped by yours truly in pool? And all of you guys got the answer right. You talked about how Eric said the pool table was lopsided. It wasn't lopsided. He just got his butt whooped. If you haven't watched that vlog, it's so funny. But we gave like a review of the restaurant. We shared the food and all that kind of stuff, and some of the billiard area. If you guys are ever in the Hyde Park area, I highly suggest, as a good just time out, whether it's a date night or whether you want to get together with your girls, or even if you have young, kids you want to hang out with. It's just a great all-around place to visit in Hyde Park in Chicago. All right. So the winner of the contest is Naturally Sweet Candy. Naturally Sweet Candy. Here. Let me see if y'all can see that. Can y'all see her name? Naturally Sweet Candy. That is it. So how I determine winners, I do have another contest up. The other contest is under a live stream I did with Miora. Thank you for congratulating her, Felicia. You're so sweet. But yeah, I have a live stream, my last live stream actually. Miora, that girl is such a performer. But there's a question I asked toward the end of that video, and if you answer that question correctly, then you will be randomly selected to win another gift card. So I think that one ends tonight. So if you haven't looked at that video, do check it out, okay? But yeah, so congratulations, Naturally Sweet Candy. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed my first Vlogmas. This is 25 minutes. The rest of my vlogs will not be this long. This is only this long because it is it's a live stream. But I'm so glad you guys joined me. If you have a chance, please go over to the community channel or the community tab on my channel page. I've asked you guys a couple of questions that will help me to get to learn a little bit more about you, and that'll actually help me with some of the topics on my upcoming Vlogmas videos, okay? So one of them has to do with the kind of videos you prefer, and then the other one is a questionnaire that will help me to understand a little bit more about your hair. Tell me about your hair. So I forget how I phrased it, but it'll help me understand a little bit more about you, your natural hair journey, and your hair type. All right. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I'm so excited for Vlogmas. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow with my second Vlogmas video. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.